All right, guys, it's time for another episode of your boys in the podcast. What up?
Yo.
What
Yo,
up?
Yo.
we got 4 of us today. 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Arm, KV, Alan, and I. I'm gonna have KV. KV's gonna be the leader for the first segment because
Oh my
he's
god! Why am I the leader?
dude. Because you only watch 2 things. You're gonna lead and then bounce. That's how it works.
I'm leading and then bouncing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like the typical KV thing to do, though. So I guess that makes sense. Oh, echoes. Yo.
Echoes.
Oh no, it's just.
Put me
I
on the
don't know.
spot. Let's go.
Put me on the spot. Okay, Suki ga Kirei. I'm caught up on that.
Did you watch this yet, Brett?
I have not, but it's fine.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Without even watching the show, I know it's fine.
Oh shit! Is it? It's pretty good though.
Yeah, dude. MC is like
MC
a
is
beast,
so-
actually.
MC's dope.
He's actually just a beast.
Yeah,
He's just like the manliest person for some reason.
I told you.
He's super low key, but he's just a beast, actually.
What the fuck?
Dude, no, dude, you.
You have to watch. Like you have to watch it to understand. He is the most alpha. Beta male alive.
It's actually ridiculous. I don't get it. He just does what he wants.
He's the best. He's literally like this is one of the best like love stories ever because what was it in like 3 episodes? He was already in there.
Yeah.
He was in there.
He was in there.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
then-
dude.
And then he rejected the brown girl, and
Yep.
that whole
Yeah.
thing was ended in like 2
No.
episodes.
He didn't even reject her. She played herself. That was like the best thing.
Yeah, she did. She did play herself.
She actually played herself, fully well knowing what the outcome would be. Like
Mhm.
Wow.
that was so godlike. And then like, what is it?
MC had to reject the other guy, which was because of her.
Hell yeah, dude. MC went in. He's just like, nah.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
So he's straight up librarian after school, like beta, introvert, librarian,
Okay.
and he went up to freaking track star and was like, "Nah, she's mine, son." Pretty much, like at the park. Yeah.
Yeah, at an amusement park.
At an
It's just
amusement
like,
park.
sorry, dude. Sorry,
Yeah.
my guy.
And,
We're
and then
actually-
and then they went and hung out alone. That was God.
Yep.
They didn't join back up with the group. They were
Yeah.
like, nah.
They just went and did their own thing for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
He actually just took her, just like, nah. It's
Sounds
broken.
good to me.
And then, was it the episode after that? Was the episode after that? That was when they were talking about the summer break, and they did the festival stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
gets the run back. He gets the run back on the
he
kiss.
gets the run back. Yeah, I was broken.
Yeah, because the group of girls, I bet he's not manly enough to go for a kiss on her. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
You're
You
right,
know what
son.
I'm talking about. And the shorts,
Yo, the shorts are so good.
Roman, dude.
Dude, Roman and
Roman.
the teacher is the best relationship. I would keep watching the show just to keep seeing that.
That
that
short
thing.
relationship. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brett. This so there's 2 shorts at the end of this episode between the teacher and one of the kids in class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first one is what did she say? Like, what was the first one?
She's like,
Was it the one where she was
She's-
buying the wedding dress, or is that?
No, that was the
No, no,
second
no.
one. That was the second one.
Okay.
In the first one, I think she's just like, oh, school, I can't get back to school fast enough, right? And then it zooms in on her cell phone and her
oh
screen.
yeah,
cell phone
summer break
of the
can't
kid.
end. Summer
Yeah,
break
yeah.
can't end soon enough.
It was
Yeah.
like summer break can't end soon enough, and it zooms in on her cell phone, and she has a picture of the kid on her phone, like her student on her phone.
It's her wallpaper.
And
yeah.
then like the next one, she's reading a wedding dress magazine, and she's like, graduation is so far off, and it zooms in on her phone again. It's a picture of him, and you're just like, oh my fucking god, she's
thirsty.
she's thirsty for this kid.
Dude, but
Wow.
the way he like got into her head was the best one. The one where he's like, bring something you like, and he goes over, grabs her, and she's like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
that was
The sports
so
festival.
broken.
Yep.
That was
the
actually
best.
so broken. That was what, episode 3? No, 2.
It was like
That was
episode 2.
2.
Yeah,
Dude, you have to watch this show, Brett.
you should
Okay.
just watch the shorts.
He
The
got
shorts
in
at
there
the
on
end are pretty great.
episode 2.
Okay, I'm adding this to the list.
Dude, it's so good.
Spicing
It's
up my
mine.
life.
Line the anime, except the main character is the most alpha.
Yeah,
yeah,
The
he's
main
the alpha.
the main female character is also not like a whack anime girl.
she's good.
She's pretty good.
She's mad weird though.
She's a little odd for sure.
You know what's the wildest thinking about the relationship of Roman and the teacher? They're in middle school, dog.
Oh, you're right.
They're
They're
definitely
in middle school. That's why she's
Yo.
saying. That's why she's saying graduation can't come soon enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
dude, it's like
graduation's so
10.
far off.
It's like 7 years down or something.
That's wild. I didn't think about that.
She
I
is
thought it was
wa-
high school.
She wants to wait 7 years for that dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
That's,
But
But it's
Damn.
just the lonely teacher archetype, you know? It's mad funny.
she's getting
actually
it.
right.
That's broken. So you think about it, they're in middle school, right? And
Yeah.
normally you're thinking about these romances like high school romance. No, dude, the boy's in middle school and he's the most alpha dude going in on the main female. Yeah. I will say I definitely skipped 6.5. That
Oh
was
yeah, it was
whack.
whack.
Recap?
I don't watch recap episodes.
It was
ever.
a recap episode. 412 was it a 12 episode series? They recapped.
Yeah,
Mhm.
come on, man. That's just like something is obviously fucking up if there's a recap episode.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like the Blu-ray will have a real episode or something. I don't know.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Stupid.
Just have more shorts.
Jesus Christ, dude. MC.
He's a god.
MC. Oh yeah. So like MC what he wants to be a novelist, right?
He wants to be a novelist.
He wants to be a novelist, so that's why he's like whole introvert and shit.
He's training moding the writing.
Yeah, he's going in. He like sent in a novel, like a beginner piece or whatever for a newcomer. And that guy contacted him and it's like they met up when he was getting critiqued. The guy was like, "Yeah, you have no talent."
Yeah, he body bagged him. It was like a straight body bag.
He's like, "You have no talent. Maybe you should consider light novels."
Like novels or manga or something, right?
Yeah, he was like, light novels are all the hotness now. You can make tons of money like this. Don't serious writing. Nobody makes money with that. It was like,
Nobody makes money off serious writing. You should quit your dream.
yeah.
And then just like he's like, "Nah, I got this. I got the girl. Nah."
Oh, Brett, best part about this kid,
So
he's super introvert, right? He has a Muhammad Ali poster in his room. And he
Oh.
boxes with
He always practicing.
that
Yeah,
thing hanging down from his ceiling.
that's
Fan.
Ceiling light.
that's
ceiling
hella
fan going-
random.
dude, he's actually broken. I want to see him get into a fight.
Nah, they won't do that in this show.
Of course
Not
not,
this show.
but it would be sick. You
Man,
don't agree, dude? It would be hella sick. All of a sudden, he mans up, just throw some bows, dog.
Yo, if that track kid got like mad angry, at
Yeah,
some
dude.
point and like got in his face and he freaking knocked him, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
that would be
That
godlike.
would actually be pretty great.
Instead, the guy is. It turned out the alpha track dude's actually beta as fuck.
Yeah,
Twist.
yeah, he got fucked up.
He got fucked, and he's like, "I'm okay with this."
Oh, you're right. He actually
He
backed
just held
down.
out. He just
He
straight up
actually
held
backed
out.
down.
He's just like, I'm not bothered. What the fuck? Yeah. Actually, just got like fuck.
Yeah.
They didn't have a preview for the next episode, right? Just shorts.
I don't. Yeah, they just do shorts,
Mm.
and there were like 10 of them too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did a bunch this time.
that like the girl who daydreams a lot about.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
nerd girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty good. Pretty strong shorts.
That shit's great. Where
I
he came by and said like, "Did you change your lip gloss or something?"
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
like-
what Roman said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He totally said that shit.
Roman's a beast.
Roman is a beast, dude. Look at him. He's clearly designed in a way that he's meant to just like be that guy.
He's gonna.
He is
greatest
actually
part
straight up that
Is
guy.
like in episode 11, he's gonna come out and he's gonna be gay, and then like
No way,
totally throw a wrench into all of their plans.
dude. That'd be wild. That would actually be wild, but I don't believe it.
2017, man, it's current year.
2017.
2017.
Is it just because it's line the anime? Line relationship, the anime?
It's gonna be pretty funny when people try and watch this series in like 30 years and there's no more line.
That would be ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we're getting there pretty soon where like kids are gonna watch old anime with flip phones and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably
No, dude, what
Or
happens if
payphones.
what happens if flip phones make the comeback?
oh,
You
shut the
never know,
fuck
dude.
up.
No, dude. Flip phones are sick.
I mean, I will admit is texting on a flip phone is so much nicer. Like physical pad really is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you know how much struggle I have texting on a fucking smartphone? Actually, the wackest.
Yeah.
I fat finger everything.
That reminds
like
me of
that,
a comedy skit from College Humor where the guy is like tweeting in his like hoodie front pocket with his smartphone like blind while doing other stuff, and I'm just like, how do you fucking do that? Flip phone though.
Flip phone.
Flip phone's broken.
Yeah, texting on flip phone was pretty nice.
I actually
I
bought
don't
what was that? A Droid 1 or something, where it like it had the slide out physical keyboard.
Yeah, I think there are some. I don't know if they still make them, but they were making like physical keyboard smartphones.
Smartphones? I thought Samsung had a smartphone that was a flip phone. I think they released it. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
That was broken. Yeah. I guess we're gonna segue though. It's over. The conversation of Tsukigaki is over. So the
All right.
only other anime I'm caught up on is Recreators.
All right, let's get this party started.
We can talk about the things that happened last week because we didn't.
Magane is broken.
Yeah.
That character is
Yeah.
actually ridiculous.
But before that, rip. Let's pour one out.
Rip, just pour one out.
Pour one out
She-
for the little magical girl.
She just went to the final boss by herself, all alone. Come
Yeah,
on
dude.
now.
That's actually what she did.
And she
Yeah.
was like the strongest one they had too. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how we don't get to see like what happened to Altair though at all.
I'm pretty sure, like,
I'm pretty sure
nothing
she's
happened.
good.
Yeah.
You think she's like 100%?
Dude, she's nice as fuck. She has like
She's
unlimited
A-okay.
blade works with guns. She fucking plays a violin with a sword.
She plays a violin with a gun. You're
Yeah.
right though.
She has a gun violin which she plays with a fucking sword. Like
So,
she's the nicest fucking character ever made, as far as I can tell.
I like how she just dumped her off in the middle of the. Just dropped her mid-flight randomly.
no, she didn't drop
I think
her.
she flew.
She
Mamika,
flew.
Mamika was flying to try
Yeah,
and
she was
find
flying
Alice,
away.
and then-
Yeah.
Is that what it was? I thought
Yeah.
someone dropped her.
No,
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 I
she
I
was
definitely thought
flying.
she was being carried. Okay.
No, she,
'Cause- I definitely thought she just got dumped off. Like straight up, the one girl was flying around was just like, all right, this is fine, Zach.
I
No,
actually
no.
forgot to mention what is more aptly a better way to describe Altair is that she literally is someone's OC fanfic character, so she obviously can't lose. It's like the 10-year-old being like, "Yeah, my character's like as strong as Brawly, and he can time travel, and you have to
Yeah.
kill him 20 times to
Yup.
beat him." Like,
That shit is straight up like Sonic, like creating your own Sonic character, like deviant art. This was some deviant art Sonic, and they're like superpower, all of them. You know,
yeah,
pretty much what it is.
Yeah, easy.
Dude, why is the knight so whack?
Yeah,
knight
Alice is
so whack.
incredibly whack. Incredibly whack.
She's so stupid.
wait, which one is Alice?
Alice.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Oh, the main
the
girl.
blonde girl. The blonde,
No,
the blonde knight.
Oh, right, yeah, because she's from the
that art
Naziverse.
too.
She's literally Saber. Like,
Yeah, she's Saber. Yeah.
No, but even Saber would not have believed
Yeah.
Magane. Like,
That
yeah,
Alice
okay,
is
she's
is
just an
exceptionally
extra level of dumb. You're right.
literally, huh?
How are you gonna like believe the
The liar, like the one who's known to lie.
yeah, the evil one? It's the evil character from like Danganronpa.
You know why? It was because Mamiko was like, listen to her. That was the ticket. That was the free pass to Magane.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Mamiko was like, listen to her, I told her my final wish.
Man.
She baton passed that shit.
Yeah, Momika's stupid because she knew too, though.
Yeah,
a-
she did know.
What a
That's dumb.
dummy.
Whatever.
I mean,
Alice
but
is done.
that's the magical girl. You know,
Yeah, the trust.
believe
I
in
think-
everyone. The trope.
I think Alice's next death flag.
Next death flag is Alice.
Yeah, definitely Alice.
Dude, she can die, and none of us will
Yeah,
care.
no one would
Nobody would
care,
care.
honestly. She's whack. I bet they'll hit the mix up, and the next person to die is just the mecha dude.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
people don't really care that much about him either. Dude, the
Yeah.
best character is definitely Magane and the guy with the
Magane.
persona.
Yeah,
The persona guy is
Hirafuji.
sick.
here
Some of the guy's pretty godlike.
He's so
Dude,
broken.
he's
Those two
fucking
characters are actually
sick.
ridiculous.
It's
I'm
pretty much
trying
my
to-
favorite part of every episode is when that guy shows up.
Really? I get hyped whenever Magane is there, like on the screen, because she's just ready to cause some trouble, and she's got
Magane-
the typical evil eyes and stuff, like
Shark,
sharp
teeth.
teeth and shit. Like, is broken.
Magane lit up
Meteora?
MC.
Huh? Yeah, dude, she hella lit up MC.
MC had no chance, man. It's definitely bodied.
He was straight up body bagged, and then the homie here, Fiji came. Whatever.
Dude, the main character is so fucking bad in this series. Like,
He's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Whatever.
he is.
He's like a self-insert character. It's like, oh, the only reason you're relevant is because you know a lot of anime. Nice.
Yeah.
Like, come
It's-
on.
It's crazy because the like minor artist characters have more importance and value than him. Like the creators have more value than he does at the moment. It's so wild. How is that possible?
It's a good question. But
Yeah.
yeah, continuing the pattern of shitty main characters in the series with high potential.
What happens? What happens if he like creates a character and it comes to life to battle against Altair? I feel like that's the most vanilla thing
Oh,
that
that's-
would
don't say
probably
that.
happen.
So whack.
Would
They're definitely
probably
gonna-
happen.
They're definitely gonna create the red hair girl's mech into existence at some point in the show. It's definitely gonna show up.
That's so
because she's-
whack.
She's
I
whack.
like that you picked that screenshot, Brett. That's
Which
Yes.
you picked that screen
the
cap.
Magane
This is-
one.
The
This
mahogany
godlike.
screen.
It's godlike.
She just doesn't
Oh,
give a
yeah.
fuck.
The scene's so good,
I saw that. I was like, what the yeah.
dude. This is actually the best part of the episode.
Just dunks on him like hard.
That's
Pretty
hilarious.
amazing. I'm just like, yeah, these animes are too godlike. Like, storyboard definitely didn't need to do this, but was just like, sure, yeah, let's do it.
Sure, let's do it. Let's make her not give a shit. Dude,
Like,
she's
the-
broken. What a character. She's got the long hair, the bang covering the eyes.
The bells. The bells are like
bells-
the best part.
Yeah, so like whenever you hear her like briefly move, you hear the
Move,
bell
move.
chime.
Yeah, you hear the bells. Yeah.
That's so sick. It's so sick.
That's a great character, honestly.
Yeah.
I like how she's like, yeah, my normal counterpart isn't even in this world, so it's too easy. Like,
Yeah. She's like, I don't have to deal with that annoying kid from school. Like,
Yeah, don't have to deal with him, so everything's nice here. That's so sick. So, did she actually kill her author, or did the author just kill himself before
It
she
no,
looked
she
like-
killed him.
she killed him. It definitely looked like she killed him.
Cause she said in that episode, like, oh, he was too weak and killed him, and like, or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It seemed like she hinted that he killed himself.
I mean, like in the scene when they show him dead, it looks like he hung himself. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
might be. It's hard to say. It could be that he killed himself before she got there.
Yeah.
It could also be that she like manipulated him to kill himself. There's a lot of. It's pretty open to interpretation, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Who lad?
She could definitely make someone kill themselves. That's totally
Yeah.
believable.
Of course she can. Holy crap. Her power's broken too.
Yeah, her power's pretty broken. Like, especially when what's her name explains it's like, yeah, so that thing you're using now will never work ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's so broken. What the hell?
Yeah, dude, she makes rules.
She breaks rules and then just they apply forever. That's so crazy. That's wild.
Yeah. Alice will probably die. I don't know. I'm waiting to see the Gundam kid come back and do something important, but I think
No.
we talked about this last time. Is like
He's
How?
too big. He's too
Yeah.
big to be relevant.
He's
I
too big.
guarantee. I guarantee he's gonna be the next person to die. Probably either by Alice or that old dude.
Do you think they're just gonna write him out
Assassinate
so you don't have to animate the Gundam?
The money
That's
saver.
what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling. One way or another, that dude's gonna die before Alice somehow.
Maybe he'll fight Altair and it'll be like a super sick scene with like Gundam versus UBW, and then he'll die.
That'd be sick. That'd be dope. But I feel like they wouldn't even give him like
Money.
the
He's not
budget.
gonna beat
They
her.
wouldn't. They wouldn't give it. No, it's not about beating her. It wasn't. They wouldn't even give him the time to look cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. There are 22 episodes. Carrie
Series.
said.
It's too core. They gotta have at least one scene where he does some sick shit. Like, he's
Never
gotta get one. Come on.
You never know, dude.
That would be Omega Whack. If they just
Whack.
do him off without him doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely would be whack, but I could see it happening.
It's cruel.
Just like how I can see Alice actually just living through the end to the end. I can see that happening too. As whack as she is, I can also see that outcome.
I
She
don't
might
really
just
want
be
to
too
hear
dumb.
her talk anymore, honestly.
She's gonna be that trope that like realizes the error of her ways late into the series. And she's like, oh, and changes sides, and then possibly dies. But she'll live through the end, through to the end, and then it'll be whack.
Ugh, I don't know. I'm so sick of listening to her talk in general.
Yeah,
I'll be right
it's
back.
extremely whack.
Yeah, she's bad.
It does make me think, though, as someone was pointing out in the chat, that they're surprised that they killed the magical
Monica?
girl so early on. It's like things are actually escalating like ridiculously right now. But
I
we're
don't
not.
know, because like the way when I was watching, it's like things happen so casually, like
Yeah.
everything just happens and they just accept it. I'm like, it's my only gripe with the show.
Yeah. I'm just wondering like how this is gonna get paced out, because I mean we got a lot of episodes and it looks like they're gonna try and like have a conflict or something.
Yeah, but there is also the possibility of pooling more characters into the series, so they can phase out like the early characters and start adding new ones like later in.
Like
That's
new
also a possibility.
like powered characters.
Yeah,
That would be cool. I'm down to see these fuckers replaced.
they could like phase out Alice and bring someone else in to replace her. and she'd be like the character would be like infinitely cooler than Alice. And then like Mech Boy would just somehow die, and then they pull someone else gets pulled in that's cooler than him.
Oh
All
shit.
that matters is Magane lives to the end, at least to see the ending.
Yeah.
And then Hirafuji lives to see the ending. Those two characters or whatever. I don't
I
even know
could-
if that's his name anymore.
I could totally see Magane just like watching and doing nothing and just being like, that was interesting.
I mean, she's the character that does that. She's the one who causes all the trouble outside of like the actual antagonist. The outside party that just wants to see the world burn. Sick.
Yeah.
I don't particularly care about Celestia. She's alright, but like not anything great.
She's still been main characterified.
Yeah, she's main
So-
character. So, but at this point, I think Meteora is more main character than Celestia.
Yeah, she's definitely fucking main character.
If you-
More main character, yeah.
She's like running the little like board they have, the little
Yeah.
guild, the guild leader.
We were saying while you were gone how like it'd be cool if they like start since it's 2 core, they phase out some of the characters and bring in new ones because they have that power. So like Alice just dies early and then they bring in someone to replace her. That's just like infinitely cooler.
They could do a lot.
Yeah,
But-
they have a lot of freedom to be able to do
Yeah,
that.
what will they do?
It would be
Don't know.
sick. It'd be sick.
That's
Just as
a-
long as Magane and the other characters live, they stay. They'd be fine.
That's actually a really good point because I was thinking about how they like show all of the characters like kind of listed out on like the openings and all this stuff, and it's like it seems like they might not actually bring in new characters, but the more you talk about it, I think the more it's pretty obvious that that's like something you should be doing in this kind of series, right? Like the whole excitement of the first, like 6 or 7 episodes was them constantly bringing in these new characters that we don't know about from different genres, and I think that was really cool. It's probably been the best thing about the series. So it's kind of going to be lame if they don't. I think it's a pretty lost opportunity if they don't try and introduce some more characters.
Yeah.
Not
You
in
like
the intro,
infinite fucking
though.
potential.
No, yeah, but it's 2 cores, so
Yeah.
it's 2
Yeah.
cores. So the second season may just like
They're gonna change the intro and
They
add like 8
change it.
characters to it.
yeah, dude. They'd be dope. I mean, obviously, Momika's already out, so they have to, the intro's there. It's only 6 episodes. What is it? 9 episodes in, and
Yeah.
and a character's gone. just put an X on her in the opening.
Just disappear her out.
Yo, what if they did that? Like, crap, what was the show?
Erased.
Yeah,
Erased, where
Erased.
They show, like,
Yeah, where
Dude,
they-
that shit was crazy when Erased.
That was
did it.
wild
yeah,
when
dude.
they did that.
What if
That'd be
they
great.
What if they do that? They like you see the end. You see like the end piece, and then like it just like Momika just phases out. Like
Actually, I lied. It's Angel Beats first. Angel Beats did it.
Angel
Did
Beats
it the way we're talking about it. Yeah.
Oh
remember?
yeah, you're right. You're
Remember?
right. Yeah,
Angel
you're
Beats
right.
did it exactly like we're talking about
Damn, you're right.
right now.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm actually like super hype about this series. Like the world building is like really slow or whatever, but like Magane like sped it up real quick. So I'm like super hype about that. But just like the whole opportunity I have is just super hype right now for it.
Hmm.
I'm surprised they were able to get like just a 2 core right off the bat,
Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely have high expectations for this series. It seems like, so that's cool. And I don't know.
When I'm
I
looking at Mal, the Mal ratings are like super low for it, which is well, not super low, but it's a 7.6, which is surprising to me.
yeah, I don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
point. What do you guys think about that?
I think people are wild.
I don't know. I've seen people say they don't like the show, which is like, I think it's fine. I don't know.
I think people don't like any shows that involve world building and dialogue to like more dialogue than what they expect to help establish that.
It's true that this series is pretty dialogue heavy, but I think it's kind of warranted. I mean,
yeah,
But the MC's like
People-
ruining it.
people just want to be spoon fed like all the time. That's the problem.
I
what
think-
score is Eromanga getting?
Oh my god,
Please
I'm not watching that.
I'm not either.
What did I watch? I watched it to like what 3 episodes and I just stopped, dude. That series is so bad. Who's
look up
watching it
what
on
the
my
score
account?
is.
Holy shit!
Okay, why don't you guess what the score is? Whoever gets closest wins.
On Mal?
Yeah.
Can we go over? Is this like Price is Right or
You can go over, sure.
okay?
7.3.
8.6.
What was yours on?
8.1.
ARM wins. It's got a 7.15.
Wow.
Thank God. Why? I
The
mean,
internet
that's still
seems to agree.
that's still good. That's apparently that's still okay. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the way people rate shows, like some people just rate
Yeah.
it Mash on 5 or 10 or whatever or
Yeah.
1. So it's like, I don't know. 7 is definitely like on the lower end of recent ratings, at least.
Crunchyroll, how it promotes their series and recreators not being on Crunchyroll hurts, I think, says Carrie. That's pretty fair.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks because I think a lot of people do actually get their. I mean, myself included. I go to Crunchyroll for pretty much everything.
I mean, it's
So
better than it used to be. I think streaming is really convenient nowadays compared to fucking downloading anime, so it makes sense.
Mhm.
But it definitely does lead to the distributor having a lot more influence, I suppose, over.
yeah, what
But
we
it's
actually
like-
watch.
To be fair, if you compare it to like prior to Crunchyroll, what's quote unquote popular would be the things that people like literally buy DVDs of as like a year behind. So
Yeah,
like, you know, if it wasn't for Crunchyroll right now at Anime Expo this year, we'd be seeing like I don't even know what occurred last year, but it
Oh,
would be whatever
shit.
the fuck was like popular fucking last year.
we should do like an AX time capsule.
I mean,
Like,
that's how
what?
it used to be, dude. Like,
Actually, yeah. So let's look at spring 2016 shows.
yeah,
Ready?
spring 2016's like Shokugeki
Oh,
and
Hold on.
like Hero Academia season 1 and Kabaneri. ReZero. And I think ReZero. Okay, so see, here's the thing: ReZero only started at AX. Like it started in the spring, and I don't even think it really got that far before AX. So I don't remember seeing that much ReZero last year. So it might be true. Where this year is going to be like hella ReZero.
Dude, Japan was Ray Zero like crazy. There was so much REM stuff. I saw more REM stuff than like any other 2 characters put together, like easy.
It's going to be like a quadrillion rems this year. AX. I'm actually kind of excited to see the mob. That sounds hilarious.
wow.
But,
Dude, it's wild.
Can you actually like find? Ah, God, how could you make a godlike album with all of them?
Like
Oh,
go
you
through-
could just do hover hands.
Hover hands.
Do hover hands on the REM. To all of them. Just like ask to take a picture and do hover hands on all of them.
That's so terrible.
So
Fill
there's
up the
gonna be
entire.
no. You forget. AX is gonna be wild because not only is there gonna be like that stuff,
Oh, it's gonna be all Ion
But-
Master.
a lot of IMAS, and then I foresee a lot of Nier.
Oh my
yeah.
god, you're hella
Oh,
right.
shit, you're
I
right.
foresee a lot of Nier
God
Automata.
damn it, you're right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a billion 9S's and 2Bs.
Yeah.
You're gonna see every kind of casual to lewd to swimsuit to regular 2B outfit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Schoolgirl 2B.
And they're gonna
Nurse
be
2B.
whack.
It's gonna be out of control because you don't even have to be pretty to cosplay as 2B. Just put that fucking blindfold on, you good.
Yeah, blindfold, white hair. That was easy.
Yeah.
So
No.
easy.
No.
No.
I'm just sad. I bet the ratio of 2B 9S to A2 is gonna be like fucking 50 to 1. It's gonna be like Dude,
I'm glad I'm not going. I'll
wait,
get
everyone
Yeah.
here finished.
tilted.
Wait, you finished Automata, right? Alan.
All of us did.
Yes,
Yeah, so-
we have all
So
finished.
So I can
it,
talk.
yes.
I can talk. I
No.
can talk about the thing. First of all, spoilers
Wait.
in the chat for Automata. I can talk about how.
Don't listen.
Wait,
Don't
wait,
listen,
wait.
boys.
Hold
Don't
on,
listen,
wait.
boys.
You have to
What?
give them. You have to give them
Mute,
like
mute,
at
mute,
least.
Mute,
Come
mute,
on.
mute, 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 mute.
Come on,
Spoiler,
man.
spoiler,
Not-
spoiler,
I think
spoiler,
we should
spoiler,
have a-
spoiler, spoiler,
This isn't
spoiler.
even
has
a
an
big.
episode.
Okay, it's a sort of big deal, but whatever. Okay, it is. Okay.
Wait, Brett.
What?
Can we like have an episode dedicated to it?
I'm not. I don't want to talk about Nier right now. I just wanted to make a comment about the thing I was talking about online earlier, where I was saying that Stun Edge was being super KY.
Oh yeah.
What he retweeted was a picture, a cosplay gathering of like all of the 2Bs
Yes.
choking
Yeah,
and Billy
yeah,
9S's.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I remember that. I saw that
That
too.
shit was wild.
I was like, why would you retweet this? Like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
wild.
Off the chain.
Some people don't even care, man.
Yeah,
Many people muted right now. I can tell you that much.
we should have a public shamming where like Armando just posts his mute list.
You should definitely arm.
You should
I want to
totally
see it.
do that. That would be so hype.
What
It's
if
got, like
you're
fucking
on
all
it,
these
Brett?
people's got like Junas, so, like
What if
June
what if
is on
you're
it
on
for
it,
sure.
Brett?
Brett isn't. Brett isn't. I can tell you that right now.
Is Flux on there?
I took Flux off literally today because I saw him
Wow.
say something. I was like, all right, let me just take him off. He was on there though, for sure.
Did he fuck up?
Yeah, he did.
Oh really?
He fucked
He
up
fucked
in
up twice.
person.
He
In
fucked up
person.
twice and in person. Yes, that is that.
Really?
Wait, how do you fuck up in person?
He almost
At combo
unblockable to me, like
At
straight up.
combo breaker.
We were sitting in a circle. We were talking about P5. So yeah, I probably already messed up at this point because I haven't beaten the game yet. And then like I looked down at my phone or something, or like stopped paying attention to the normal conversation, and all of a sudden LK is like, "Yo, Flux, shit, don't say that. That's a huge spoiler." And Flux was like, "Oh yeah, wait." And then Derek goes, "Don't worry, Arm's not here." And then I was like, "Dude, I'm literally right next to you." And he was like, "Oh yeah, oops." And Flux was like, "Yeah, I messed up. I was like, "No, like."
And
I
like
didn't hear it.
and Kizzy was there. He's like, Kizzy was like, "Why the fuck would you say that?" He's like, "Dude, Flux, I heard that. Like, why would you say?"
Yeah, Kizzy got unblocked, but I missed it because I wasn't paying attention.
And Flux was just sitting like, "Ah, I fucked up. Oh my god." I fucked up."
Fucking unblockables, man. Those are the worst. Twitter, at least you can block those. You know,
like I'm sitting there trying to like mediate and just be like, "Guys, shut the fuck up. Like seriously, guys, you can't talk about this anymore. Like these people haven't finished." And they'll just keep going. What happened?
We'll just go.
Like it was like, holy shit. It's
the
actually
gosh.
it's actually Steve's fault. It's actually LK's fault.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Because he came in with a wireless
With the
speaker
music, with
and
the
he's
music,
just
with the
playing
music.
Persona music.
Yeah. And then people were like, wait, we gotta switch this one because this one is a spoiler. Like, no!
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, there's something like when you think about it, if somebody posted something that wasn't an obvious spoiler because you have no idea what the context is, but then everybody in the room just goes like, "Oh, you know, you shouldn't do that because that's a spoiler." They probably shouldn't have just said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
shit,
also
right.
an act of spoiling.
I agree.
That's why I didn't say anything about fucking Stun Edge. I was just like, I can't say anything.
Okay.
I said to stare at it.
Yeah. You just gotta like mute him yourself, and then you just gotta protect yourself at this point. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm fortunate that I don't care for the most part. I almost got messed up in Nier.
You did almost get messed up.
I almost got obliterated.
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
was the worst. That was the worst spoiler tweet I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't even believe that shit.
Not only that, but Grover.
Yeah, Grover's extra dumbest.
What did Grover do?
Grover in my DM.
Grover's like, don't worry about that spoiler, dude. That happens early in the game. That's all. That's
What?
He was saying that to me. Like, here,
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Okay,
I'll-
just show
I'm
show
gonna-
it to me so I can face palm. But Brett, what you should do with
So
AX,
bad.
find an Amelia cosplayer, Find an
Okay.
Amelia cosplayer and get an out. Be like, yo, we're gonna make this album. I'm gonna walk around the con with you, and I'm gonna hover. Like we're gonna get pictures with the Ram and Rems, and I'm gonna hover hands every Rem.
I don't want to bury. I don't want to reopen old wounds, man.
I don't know. I think it would be pretty great
I've-
because the
I've buried
album
that body.
could get sizable.
I'm done. I'm done with ReZero. I don't need to reapproach this anime. I'm just done now. It's in the past. The damage has been
remote
done.
server. What is this? Yo, is my shit fucked up?
But yeah, we're gonna see how.
Yeah, I need it fucked.
What
Yeah,
else?
dude, just add the Grover thing to the Near album, man. That should go in the classics.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
I should
after-
definitely do that.
Because after I was done, last thing about Nier, when I was done with Nier, right, and I'm starting to think about like, okay, you can spoil this in a lot of ways, but if you aren't given 140 characters, how could you spoil it the most in 140 characters?
Oh,
Vaughn has
Vaughn.
2 tweets. Vaughn has 2
Vaughn.
tweets that I think
No,
are
no, not two.
S
You're
plus
given
tier.
one tweet. You're given
Oh.
one tweet.
No, I'm saying 2 separate tweets that are both S plus tier on the spoiler tier.
Ooh,
I'm saying
that's
separately, unrelated to each
crazy.
other. I saw.
That's crazy.
I was looking through his feed and I was like, oh, that like I found the one and I was like linking it to someone and I saw another one. I was like, bro.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
Yo, he's no filter, dude. He doesn't.
Who?
Vaughn,
Alright.
yeah, Vaughn
Alright.
doesn't care. Vaughn doesn't care because he plays early, so he gives zero.
Yeah.
He literally tweets, all right, I'm gonna be talking about this. I'm gonna be live tweeting this game. Like, mute me if you don't want to hear it. And then it's just
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's
after
at least
that-
he like warns you.
he
Check-
does.
Check the
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'll look at
sound.
it. I'll look at it after.
just check them right now. Just read that shit.
So wait, was this hold on.
Did you send him the original tweet too, KV? Did you
No.
find that? Or-
Yeah, you have to send me that.
I'll find
No,
you the original tweet.
You
I'll
can find me. Do you know which tweet it was, right? It was about let me fucking message you. Fuck. It was the tweet he wrote. Is that one?
I know, but he had a special way of writing it. I got to figure out a way to search it.
Yeah. I don't know how you can
Yeah,
search
please.
it though.
Yeah, I need the tweet.
You need the tweet. Fuck.
I need the tweet.
Oh, I have. I linked it to GC Yoshi in my Twitter. I'm gonna find this in 2 seconds. Yeah, he asked me to DM him the tweet because he was so curious about the conversation we were having. I got the link. Yeah. I got you,
shit.
Alan. I got you, Alan.
A millionaire wants to fund an anime adaptation of the ReZero Rem IF chapters.
Oh my
What?
god. That's wild.
What?
Alright, I messaged it to you.
Is that real? Is that link real? Zeg?
Who am I supposed to talk to about funding an anime?
Are we talking about this millionaire? Yeah,
Yeah.
a millionaire
Is that
net
for
worth
real?
700 million
He's the
wants to
funder of
fund an anime
Oculus?
of ReZero Remif chapters.
Damn. He said, "Nah, dude. I'm gonna make this canon in my own world."
Yeah. You see the tweet, Alan?
I was about to start reading it out loud.
Don't read it out
Don't
loud,
ask-
dude.
Don't ask me what I think of it. Don't ask me what I think of it. Hold on. I'm really going over this right now.
And then read Grover. It's like Grover makes it like way worse. Actually.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
You okay?
And then wait, where's Grover?
It's mine, my picture system.
Oh, and then you're okay. What? Okay. Grover's isn't as bad, but this thing you just linked to me
Yeah.
is
No,
insane.
Is that the thing that I was talking about?
I got super lucky.
We're talking
because
about the Vaughn tweet. The Vaughn
Oh
tweet, yeah.
God, fuck that. Fuck
I
that in
got
the dick.
super lucky because I missed the second tweet. I only saw the first tweet.
God.
Yeah, dude.
And then Grover just like instantly just doesn't
That's
care.
crazy. That's actually wild.
After
Yeah,
that tweet, I was like, man, I don't want to meet this guy in real life because I would probably have to say something.
No, you don't want me to narrate this. This actually makes me angry looking at this because Near Story, it's a story-driven game. So when you ruin the story, then the game the game almost loses like its whole meaning if somebody spoils the plot for you. It's crazy.
So imagine how I felt when
I
when
would have.
talking
I'm
with
sorry,
Grover,
man. I'm
when
really
talking
sorry
with
because that straight up's like wastes money. That like wasted your money almost.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
Grover
fucked up.
almost obliterated me. Like I was actually like so demotivated
wild.
playing through that, and then
That's
Grover's
wild.
just like,
Oh,
Grover's
don't
just
worry
like,
about it, bro.
don't worry, dude. Just like
Fuck out of here.
Grover was
What a-
also wrong, like fundamentally on his
Yeah. Grover's
Yeah.
actually
The most ridiculous part of it all is like Grover was just being an idiot the whole time, like
yeah.
all the way through.
Jesus Christ. But okay, let's talk about anime. Let's talk about anime some more. God
Oh.
damn it.
I actually am caught up on a third series. I'm
What?
caught up on Boku no Hero Academia.
Oh,
I'm nowhere close to being caught up on
someone
that,
actually
so.
had asked about that in our Q&A yesterday, was like, or last week, which was like, yo, what about Hero Academia?
What about it? It's all right. It's all right. The most recent episode is pretty dope. It's actually pretty sick.
Where are they right now?
I don't remember. I'm not good with names, but the main kid and
Yeah,
the dude with the fire and ice powers.
yeah.
Their match happened
Their match.
in the competition or whatever.
They fight each other? I don't even remember. It's tournament arc. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's the festival, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that they fight, but I guess they fight.
I'm
Honestly, I
typing
remember.
it to you.
It's so long ago for me that I honestly like, forget about that shit because honestly shit gets so real later that this shit to me is like whatever. It's like it's so small.
No,
son.
but the animation was like mad sick.
I saw if you guys don't follow this person who does the Sakuga highlights for Crunchyroll, it's like YV something. It's like 4 characters. I'll see if I can find it. They're on my like important list, so I always see them. But there's a guy who I guess he runs like the Sakuga Buru. Yeah, Kaven. There we go. He runs the blog. He does a lot of Yu Yu Cow. That guy. Yeah, that guy's really good. He curates these like animation highlights for Crunchyroll, I think, and he's just in general very knowledgeable about animation. So he posts a lot of stuff, and for a while now, most of the highlights I've seen for the weeks a lot of them have been from Hero Academia. So I've seen some of those clips, and yeah, they look really, really fucking good. I was like, damn, do I need to fucking watch this anime? Just like watch the fucking animation. It's super good.
The animation on the last episode was like broken. Like actually that whole half, the whole last half, the animation was just like amazing.
Yeah, I recommend following that guy on Twitter if you're interested in animation. It's pretty good follow. But yeah, Hero Academia is pretty sweet. I really want to talk about the manga, but I can't. But all I can say without spoiling anything is I'm happy that they just keep giving me like fun edgelord characters to like. I thought that Todoroki would be the only cool character like that, but then they just give you like 3 more, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah. I hope they have another season. There's just like Hero Academia right now is going places, so I think it's a really good story. I hate to like derail the anime conversation because it's like but I guess I just want to focus on emphasizing how good the series is in general, like, and that I hope it continues at this pace. But I do think that the tournament arc was a great way to like introduce like other schools and stuff, and you get to see like more characters and learn more about like the world of Hiraka, which is cool and interesting. So I think it's a really good progression from that like first season of content, which is basically just like throwing you in the school setting and there's a bad guy. That's like about it. That's like all that really happened in season 1. Now that I think about it. But yeah, the next arc is in a few weeks. By the way, you mean manga? I don't know, or you mean anime? Oh, and it must be anime. Oh, so you guys are like done with the tournament arc almost, and I don't even remember what happens after that. Anyways, yeah. What else do you like about Aka anime, KV? Since we're on the subject.
MC's pretty dope. He kind of gives off like the bitch persona, but he's pretty alright. Alright character. Honestly, I'm just not like it. Like for me, academia is like easily forgettable, just because of the other animes this season. Like specifically recreators. Just like I can easily just like forget about catching up on academia and have to like re-catch up every few weeks. So
Yeah, I had it
that's
on my
because
list,
it's like
but
yeah, it's because it's like typical shonen, just like Machiavellianism. Like I'm not caught up on that, but it's like you already know what to expect because it's shonen. So like,
yeah, that makes sense.
but like recreators, you just don't know what's happening. So it's way more. It's like easier to remember. Like oh shit, I need to catch up. I need to see what's going on. Hell yeah.
Yeah, good series. I recommend people watch it, especially if the animation is fucking sick. Like, I'm sure it'll be pretty. That's definitely. I guess cosplaying is hard, but I definitely think Hero Academia is gonna be like super popular among like general anime viewers,
Probably.
especially with like shonen series kind of like dying down. And Naruto's over. I guess there's Boruto, but Naruto's over, Bleach's over, and no one in America reads One Piece anyways. So need to fill those shoes, those shonen shoes. So I think Hero Academia is probably going to be one of the big ones to fill those shoes.
Probably. But also because Boruto is like a thing, you'll probably see Boruto cosplays also.
Oh, what is there even to cosplay with Boruto? Is that a thing? I guess it's a thing.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. All right. Oh yeah, Fairy Tail's ending, but I don't think very many people in America care about Fairy Tail anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. It's kind of whack that no one cares.
It'll always be that thing where all the Americans are just like, it looks like One Piece. How does that make you feel?
They're not similar at all. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Well, what else is there to talk about?
I don't know. It's on you guys now.
All right, Katie's gonna bounce.
I gotta bounce so I don't hear any of the shit.
Gotta dodge the real spoilers.
I'm gonna dodge, the side condos and whatever.
All right.
But at least I'll be back. Wait, next week is CEO, so I might not be back next week. I might not be back next week.
Okay, we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Unless it's like, Arm, are you coming in on Thursday next week?
I'm gonna be there Thursday, but I'm probably gonna get there late. So
fuck, late Thursday.
Yeah, probably like 10. So.
Oh, 10's not too bad, but it means it's too late for Alan.
Oh God, if we started 10 at night, it would have to be like next Thursday.
What do you mean?
What, the start podcast?
Yeah, it's talking about CEO. CEO week is next week.
Oh, I'm not going to CEO.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I was talking about like me and Arm doing it from the same place, but he wouldn't get it until late.
Well, I mean, like I could do Thursday night next week.
But can you do Thursday? Could you do Thursday at 10 p.m. next week?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, because I have Friday off.
Oh, okay. So maybe we might be able to do it next week.
You might be able to do it.
I might be able to make it. Otherwise, you just have to run without me again. Unfortunate.
Pour one out for KB.
One day we'll have the Evo Anime Podcast, though. Hopefully, it's this year.
One day when we're like not all busy with a billion other things.
I was about to say Brett's gonna be way too busy.
Well, you know what we should do is like we could have done it at Combo Breaker too. Is like we gotta pick like the fucking like day like end day +1 5 a.m. when we're all dying and just do it there. Because we definitely can do it there. Like we totally could have done it. You know,
We
like
could have done it at Combo
fucking like
Breaker.
5
I was up-
a.m. at the pool Combo Breaker. Like we could have like
Dude, I was up till 6 each day.
yeah. I went to bed at like 6 on that last day too.
Yeah, it's broken. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is just up till whenever.
So maybe we can do that. Because to be fair, all my suffering will be done after day 2, I guess. In fact, I don't even know what we're doing at Evo on day 3. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the actual finals.
Maybe CEO Taku.
CEO Taku, yeah, it's a short event though. I mean, I'd be down for it. If I'm staying like the day after, yeah, I'd be down.
Why
But
would you stay the day after in Orlando?
Say
On
what?
Monday?
Yeah.
You would stay like Thursday or Friday if you were gonna
Yeah.
go like an extra day for CEO
Yeah.
Taku, not Monday.
You should definitely go early and then come in a day early and then rather than
Yeah.
leave later.
Oh, I guess
Because
we could do that.
Orlando's whack.
Orlando's
Yeah.
pretty whack.
All right, so
All
I'm
right.
about. You guys have fun talking about it. Thanks, guys, for putting up with me.
Later, KV.
Yeah, KV.
See
Later,
you next
dudes.
week.
You can
See
catch up
ya.
on more stuff too.
Yeah. See you.
All right, so I guess I already got Saikano written down here.
Oh, you queued up Saikano already?
I queued it up. Let's dive into this series.
Man, so this was episode Kato.
Dude, this episode was great.
This episode was pretty good.
great. Kato
Kato
is super
finally, yeah, Kato's super good for sure. She finally got her chance, and MC apologized and everything because it was kind of scum what he did to her.
good.
Kinda
Yeah.
stuff. It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing for me was like it felt kind of hard to connect to the drama at some point, not because I don't feel bad for Kato, but it was like the way the MC was like acting just felt kind of weird to me. It was just kind of awkward conversation at some points to me, at least.
Yeah, it didn't feel human.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely forced the shit out of it. I mean, that was, I guess, the point, but still, it was a little weird, yeah.
Kato thinking she was going to get attacked. Yeah.
that was pretty funny. I enjoyed that.
Got a whole bunch more Kato emotions than we're used to having in this episode, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that
was
was cool. I like
probably-
that. Though
Yeah,
I
because
can't-
she is dull. She is the dull character.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say I can't say I dislike her like normal, almost emotionless existence as like a witty Dojiko that like is the kind of silly self-aware character in the series. Well, actually, they're all pretty self-aware, but yeah. But yeah, this was kind of different because it's like, yeah, Kato's like, oh, this character's like a real girl, basically, episode,
Yeah. Yeah.
rather
pretty
than
much.
like that object. But yeah, season 2 or they're making their second project, so I don't know
Yeah,
how.
the self-title, right? Self-titled.
Yeah, the
final?
title
Yeah,
drop.
title drop.
I hated this title drop. I'm not gonna lie, I hated it.
Got him. Oh, yeah, they had to do it too. I was
I-
like, yeah, here we go.
I fucking hate title drops so much now. I don't know when it started, but it was probably ReZero. I think ReZero was the tipping point for me.
ReZero's is really bad.
ReZero's is like because it's also intrinsically bound up in the worst scene in the whole anime too. So it's like
Well, kinda
it's
got
so awful because it's like she title drops it as her like losing quote phrase. I'm just like, wow.
Her losing quote.
She's like, I lost, but here's the title drop, and you're like, And this has a title drop, and then anyone who's reading the fucking manga for Shingeki, which I can't talk about, but they finally title dropped.
They did it. They did it. They definitely did.
Oh, you're caught up.
I'm not caught up, but I saw the title drop.
The title drop's so bad. I was like, God damn it!
The title drop is extra bad, actually.
It's actually hella funny to me because it also like I'm just thinking, how are they gonna translate this in English? because so not just spoil. Who it gives a fuck anyways. But basically, the title of the series is called Shingeki no Kyojin, right?
Yeah.
And it's titled in English as Attack on Titan.
On Titan, yeah.
Which is like a localized, it's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely localized, but go on.
Because it's like so basically like the Japanese phrase is akin to something like the attacking Titan, basically. Or the Titans who attack.
Yeah, who attack, right? Yeah, because the no particle, right?
Yeah.
It's
so they basically use it in the noun usage of it.
Oh, okay.
In the manga recently.
Oh,
recently. So you can't even name drop it in English in the same way because they're not even using that phrase in the same usage as you would use the phrase Attack on Titan.
They still tried in English in the translation I saw.
They did? Okay. That's hella funny to me.
They put Attack the Titan when I saw it. I was like, that doesn't sound right, but whatever, okay. Because I remember exactly the panel, because it's fucking gigantic. I was like, all right. God damn it.
Yeah, because it's wrong, yeah. Whatever. In the anime with Shingeki, they're chasing the armored Titan now.
Oh, that's right. It's actually I forgot that this is an anime right now.
It's an ongoing series.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah. So right now they were up in the trees talking. And
they're talking with Ymir, right?
What?
They're talking with Ymir?
Yeah. So Ymir, and I totally forget their names.
It's Reiner and the guy that I can never remember the name of.
Yeah,
and they have Ymir and MC.
You're talking about Bertolt, yeah.
Bertolt.
So they're all up in the trees talking, and then this past, like at the end of the episode, they started running. That's where they are right now.
I see.
And they want to take him back to their town, quote unquote, or something. They want to take him somewhere, obviously, but you don't know exactly where that is, other than it's probably outside the wall somewhere. I don't know. They still haven't gotten into that, and so they're just gonna try and chase him down, I guess. But it looks like the thing is I guess the spoilers for next episode, but it was the preview. Armin wakes up, and I guess he's going to try and slow him down by turning into a Titan. At least that's what it looked like. I don't know why they show the previews like that. You think they?
Oh, you're talking about the next episode preview, like spoiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't even watch those when they're like that. It's like whack.
Dude, I mean, there were fucking spoilers in the fucking opening of the season 2.
Was there? I didn't even watch it.
Or season 1. Or wait, what are we on now? Are we on season 3?
We're on season 2, dude.
This is season 2.
Okay, sorry. The second opening of season 1, there's like opening. Because like you don't even know about the female Titan, and they just show you all the shit. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think there are spoilers in this ED, but I'm not 100% sure. And don't confirm that either.
I won't say anything. I haven't watched it, so I don't even know. Yeah. But I just remember
the way the ending is just makes it look like it's some sort of spoiler, pretty much.
I want to look at it now.
So
so you're enjoying it though, right?
It's I mean, it's Attack on Titan. The pacing is kind of whack. Like them talking ambiguously in a tree for a whole episode was kind of whack.
It was the whole episode, really?
Yeah, that was the whole episode. It was them talking up in the tree, literally. Because the episode before is when they got to the tree.
I mean, you're just describing one of the reasons why people always hate on Attack on Titan. It's because the
pacing's bad. They're trying to end the episodes at cliffhangers. So they will drag something as much as possible by adding text.
The thing is, even in the manga, they spend mad long on expose. Like sometimes they'll just have like 3 chapters back to back where it's just like, all right, we're talking.
Yeah,
We're
it's-
talking and we're talking and we're talking. It's like, all right, come on.
Yeah, the talking is pretty bad in this series. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
So, but I mean, we did talk about this the other time, where it's like all the people that did drop the manga, and they were like, man, I'll drop this when it picks up and gets good again. Like, you could probably pick it up now because it did get pretty cool actually.
yeah, yeah. I'm reading the manga now, and it's actually like how caught up are you, Arm? Because you like
I got past a bunch of big, gigantic plot reveals, like probably all the big ones.
because like in the recent like 2 chapters or something, they
Okay, I haven't seen
basically
that one,
like
yeah.
you know where this plot's gonna start going now, and that's crazy, kind of.
Yeah, okay. So I'll probably this week I'll catch up all the way, but I'm not that far behind. So
Yeah,
like
I mean,
half a year, 8 months maybe at most. So
yeah, it's yeah, that's about the same as me. I just caught up after only getting to the basement like half a year ago. So like I mean, yeah, it's mixed, Kurizu, because I mean obviously we're people who are reading it as it's developing, so you know, I'm being a little optimistic. I mean, I've definitely said mixed things about this series in the past. I think everyone has kind of mixed opinions about this series overall. But at this point, you know, I'm still kind of interested in seeing how this is gonna fucking finish, and they've kind of set up for how the rest of this series is gonna wrap up, I think. So it's promising because like it looks kind of straightforward, or at least like the pieces are all in place, I think. And
Yeah.
you finally know what the fuck is going on. So the rest is like executing this.
I
Which-
mean, my whole thing is if someone's asking that question, they probably like the show at some point. So if that's the case, if you did actually like it at any point, then you're probably really gonna like it. But if you always thought it was whack, and we're not gonna be like, yo, you get into it now, it's gonna change your
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you just don't like the type of show it is, and
Yeah.
give up. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
will say that despite the pacing issues that we were talking about, though I haven't watched it, I would wager to guess that the anime actually probably does a great job compared to the manga, because honestly the manga has a lot of issues, and I think anime kind of actually fixes a lot of it. Like the art's kind of whack, the paneling is pretty whack a lot of time. Dialogue is probably a little bit better in the anime, honestly, than having to like read the terrible blocks of shit they throw in the manga. And they picked a pretty good director. I mean, you know, he does a pretty good job making the series look like amazing compared to the fucking manga. So it's not that surprising to me actually that the series is picked up once it got animated. At least that's my random 2 cents.
No, that's good
All I
point.
know is I want to see every Levi scene ever animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh yeah, they haven't gotten to that one thing.
No,
No.
Oh, that's
Levi
gonna be
is
so
still,
sick.
definitely
he's still on the
haven't.
sidelines. He's still on the sidelines.
That's gonna be so sick.
It's gonna be sick, right? Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's when he goes boss mode, and it's like,
Yo, Levi's such a god, dude.
yeah, I'm actually super excited.
Dude, you tell me the episode where Levi shows up, Alan, and I will definitely
Yeah.
Is it gonna be in this season?
maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But
No, it's not, because they got to get past
It's
all
not.
that stupid
Yeah,
shit with the
there's-
actors.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not.
Ugh.
But I mean, if it ever does happen, whatever, man, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. We'll all be there. The season has 2 episodes left. Oh, fucking rip.
Rip, like
Wait,
extreme
really?
rip. Yeah.
oh yeah, it is only 2 episodes.
Oh,
left.
that's
Wow,
fucking
that's whack.
GG.
I didn't even look at that.
So they're gonna be in the tree for the rest of the anime.
Rip. It's okay. Season 3 eventually. Maybe they get the 2 core season 3, and then.
Oh,
we have
I
a
know
chance.
exactly where they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop at like a particular like scene with a kind of reveal, and yeah.
I think I know where they're gonna stop too, but
Yeah.
I gotta think about it too.
Well, I'm sure they'll make a season 4. I think the series makes good money.
Definitely seems like it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Popular.
Did you go to Skytree when you were in Tokyo, Brett?
What's that?
Or ARM? Tokyo Skytree?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a giant tower.
I didn't. know.
Okay, no. I
They
mean-
straight up had a promotion going with Attack on Titan. When you're going up the elevator, they're like playing like a voice. They're playing sound from the anime, or it was like some special thing, and you're just like, "Are you serious?" And then the door opens, and you're at like the top floor, and there's a giant Titan staring back at you. I have a picture of it.
That's kind of cool, but why? That's so random.
I'm just saying, like, marketing, dude. So they're definitely making money.
Yeah, if they can afford that kind of stuff.
Hold on, let me see where the hell is it? I was like, why is there Attack on Titan stuff up in Tokyo Skytree? Like, why? Why is this a thing? The hell? Recent? Oh. Images. Pictures. Keep going.
Well, while you dig that up, I'll let me see what else we haven't talked about. I think we've talked about everything
Everything important.
because I'm the only
Okay.
one who watches Seikai Sudokado still, and no one wants to hear me talk about that series. We can it's time for me to talk about how everyone is missing out on the best anime of the season. Then
Well, I'm
Yeah,
6
tell
episodes
me why
in.
I should. Tell me why I should watch the show because I haven't
Okay.
started.
The show is ridiculous, R.
Okay.
The show is just ridiculous.
let me find the screenshot for the stream. It's important because yeah, I'm gonna talk about Chinese cartoons and why we've come full circle now, where Chinese cartoons are actually the ultimate anime, and the anime is anime is actually the ironic nickname for the best medium, which is Chinese cartoons.
Oh damn! I didn't take. Oh, I did kind of take a picture.
So
That's
I'm going to
so
talk
whack.
about The King's Avatar, which is basically, first of all, you can download this on Ya. And before I say anything, I recommend you use Bai subs when available. Otherwise, Weeb or Deadfish. But YouTube has an official sub from Tencent, which is the studio that produces them, and they use the subs by Bai that are now the official subs. So you can actually watch this on YouTube for free. So, no need to skirt the illegal discussion. But, okay, so this series is one of a fucking kind. This series is Esports the Anime. It is a anime about professional video game players.
Yep.
That in and of itself is godlike. And there are a lot of parallels drawn between this series and Sword Art Online, specifically due to the fact that it is a MMO game, sort of. Yes, it is a MMO that they're playing. They're basically playing a competitive MMO. So a lot of the series takes place in game, and them doing stuff in the story setup is not at all like SAO, but it does involve a guy who's really fucking nice, starting from the bottom and going up, sort of.
Well,
actually-
he's already nice.
Okay.
I mean,
in fact, the only real way you can parallel this series to Sword Art Online, in honesty, is the fact that the girl looks like Asuna. She actually just totally is Asuna, and is Asuna, but actually nice as fuck and actually good. She's cute.
yeah,
I
she's
like
actually
her.
good. Yeah,
But
she's like one of the only female pro players. I think they say.
yeah, she's the only female pro player on that team, I
Yeah.
believe. I don't know. She might just be the only female pro player because we haven't seen any other female pro players yet. But basically, this series is kind of like you took. It's like about esports professional players, and it's kind of like a sports anime. As weird as it is, like
yeah,
it's
that's
a
good way
lot
to
like
describe
sports
it.
anime where you got all these other like players, and they're like hyping them up, and you're watching and you're like getting hyped for when the main character is going to body them, basically. And it's like that in that aspect. But the other big thing is that it's also it's Chinese, right? It's like super fucking Chinese.
Yep.
The writing is very Chinese. Like it actually will remind you, I think, if you're an American viewer, it will kind of remind you of like watching like an old kung fu flick in the sense of that the drama and like the comedy is like very melodramatic at times, quite silly.
Dude, the comedy is so random.
Yeah.
The comedy is mad random. Like they just throw it. Like you just get smacked out of nowhere.
Yeah.
With like some comedy. You're like, what the hell just happened?
So I think that if you've never watched or cannot appreciate martial arts films, you will probably not like this. As far as if you are critical of things like writing or, you know, writing, because like the writing in this series is just, you know, it really reminds me of that aspect. But I actually like that aspect. It has a lot of those kind of tropes that are very similar, like, oh, here is the really nice guy, but he is quote unquote dressed like a scrub, and you have these mid-level people who think that they are nice and they bully him until he shows that he's a god and fucks them up. And gives you lines like, you know, you need 100 years to get as good as me.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of things, like that's super, you know, very martial arts flick kind of stuff. But I really like that. I'm obviously, you know, I was big on those kind of flicks when I was young. So this is really refreshing because it brings an entirely different a kind of sensibility to this medium that you usually don't get. So I think that's the reason why I'll recommend this series to everyone is like, it's super fucking different than everything else you've watched.
Like it's almost like the Thunderbolt fantasy effect.
Yeah, like there's fucking nothing else like this ever, I think. Like this is literally one of a kind. Like even amongst video game related anime series, this definitely stands out because it's not like the video game is the medium for a different story, which is the case for things like SEO, which is, you know, basically a kind of like survival horror, like a survival adventure genre, and they're trapped in the video game. It's not that the guys are trapped in the video game; they're playing the video game.
They're playing it, yeah.
And the video game is a big part of the series, and it's just like, you know, it's like watching a basketball film that's about basketball. The series is deeply engrossed in the video game. They talk a lot about the mechanics of the game. I will admit that some of it is kind of hard to understand from the anime because it's based on like a web novel. So like, you know, the TLDR about the game they play is it's basically a first-person MMO with some combat mechanics that you might think are similar to DFO and stuff that kind of reminds me of guns. So it's got stuff where people talk about like having really complicated combos with APM, even though they're playing an MMO. So like the combat system involves like physical dexterity and like, I guess, like strict timings and is very loose in that aspect, but is a first person perspective game. So it has like kind of that aspect. And then they also talk about like difficult, you know, to execute movement techniques, which really remind me of like the way people talk about guns and being able to do like fucking butterfly hop cancel bullshit, like shit like that. It's very similar. So in that aspect, it's a pretty cool way to translate like this kind of video game setting into something that kind of reminds me of martial arts, which is cool.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. The very TLDR on this story is like this main character, for some reasons, basically gets booted off of his pro team after being like the undisputed Umahara Daigo of this video game for the last 10 years. Gets blamed by his team, kicked off the pro team, and forced into retirement. At the same time that this occurs, a new server of this MMO pops up. So he begins his journey starting from the ground up. And we don't really know like what his ultimate goals are, but he just really likes the video game. So he's playing the video game. And of course, he's nice as fuck at it. So, you know, he gets approached by people throughout the story due to the fact that he's being nice as fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, so I recommend this series. I don't know, Alan should talk more about it because he's just started this recently.
The MC's broken. So you just watch it to like him body people. It either like in the game or outside of the game. He's just mad nice. He's the unbeatable MC pretty much. So that makes it entertaining. But it's also nice to see like what Brett said, how it's like it's just like a sports anime. Like there's definitely going to be like rival type stuff because one, he's like super famous.
Yeah, he's Daigo.
Yeah, he's it's like if Daigo got cut by two sponsors now, the Grand Blue Psy Games.
Psy Games and
Psy Games, yeah.
Razor
Yeah, so
or
if it's like if
something.
Psy Games was like, yeah, Daigo, you're done, and then nobody else. Oh, and then in his contract is he can't be pro for a whole year. Like imagine that.
Yeah, and then instead he goes and like starts working at an arcade and calls himself Diego.
Yeah, he starts working at an arcade and like let's say an arcade out in the middle of nowhere where nobody would really know who. I don't know how you'd pull that off though. See, that's what I don't understand about the show. Like, I guess since it's an MMO game,
Yeah.
well, no, everybody should know what he looks like. So I don't understand
So
that.
I don't actually know either, but I'm assuming that they actually don't know what he looks like.
I
I'm
wonder
assuming that he's
why.
kept his like physical identity a secret because his boss like is like the biggest fangirl of him
Yeah.
and doesn't know what he
and
looks
doesn't
like.
know
So
it's him. Yeah.
yeah, so he just has never revealed his actual face. Yeah, and basically he's like making a Smurf account, basically.
Yeah, he made a start. Well, the thing is, when he quit, they made him give his character to the new captain. They're
Yeah,
just
they
like,
gave him, they took his account away from him. It's fucked up.
yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he's playing some like crazy build that nobody's ever seen before, and he's just like breaking records with it and shit, and it's just
Yeah.
great. Like it's pretty entertaining. I didn't know it was on YouTube though. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
I was definitely watching like shitty subs and still enjoying it. So
Yeah,
Alright.
I basically like if you play any kind of competitive video game, you'll definitely enjoy this because I definitely think this is the kind of thing that like we all wish existed. Like, you know, a kind of anime that highlights this kind of quote unquote sport. It's an esport
Yeah.
basically. So
and these people straight up do nothing but play this game, by the way.
yeah.
This is Chinese death gaming, like at its peak.
Yeah, it's kind of like if there was a StarCraft anime. This is as close as we're gonna get to
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So basically, I think it's like I'm actually impressed, or rather, I'm amazed that people aren't talking about this series because I actually think it's like pretty fucking a big deal because it is the first of a genre that definitely has a lot of potential. This series does a great job about showing why this is cool. I think a lot of people who watch the series enjoy it. Like, it's definitely like, yeah, this kind of genre has potential. It's not just like a one-trick pony. Someone could definitely do something like this and it would be entertaining still. We would watch it. So it's like, it is, it's pretty important, I think, because it's like the first of its kind. And I hope, like, it's actually important that this gets a lot of support because, and it should, it deserves it. Like people were saying, the animation is nice. It looks really nice, and it's like, yeah, basically, it's a video game anime that actually is actually about the video game.
games. Yeah,
And it's like the person who made this series like knows about video games. They're not like making this shit up. It's not like Netoge where they play MMOs but they don't really talk about MMOs, and it's not the highlight. So I think it's pretty cool in that sense. So
well,
yeah,
I
people,
think not a lot of anime news sites are covering it because it's Chinese.
yeah, it's Chinese basically, which is really unfortunate. Like I was telling Alan earlier today, like if this series was Japanese made, it would blow the fuck up.
it
Like,
would blow up.
like there's no
Yeah.
contest. If this series was animated in Japanese, it would be animated the series. You would see like everyone talking about it like all day, because it's like if you look at something like SAO that had some sort of similar appeal, this is like that, but you know, like literally 10 times better
Yeah,
because it's actually
people-
good.
Yeah, like every person that plays video games would probably be watching it. So if you think of like the crossover between anime and video games, it's just like it's pretty much one for one.
Yeah, like I think another great thing is that and I hate to keep comparing it to SAO, but just because it's easy to use as an example, like one of the things people didn't like about SAO was how it took itself really seriously in its setting, despite having really shitty writing, and like, you know, like it takes itself really seriously while all these girls randomly like fall into his lap, and you know, it's that kind of contrast that's what people didn't like about the series when analyzing it critically. So one of the things I think is done very successfully in The King's Avatar is that it doesn't really take itself seriously. It is, you know, it is within this framework of that kind of cheesy Chinese martial arts drama. So you never really feel like you're rolling your eyes at the melodrama, because that's like part of, you know, the fun of the series. It's fun. So, you know, it does, and it does take itself seriously in a lot of aspects. Like, you know, like it is about competitive sports, and these players are all being really serious, but it definitely doesn't like put itself in that mold of like, you know, super serious setting that's going to make you get put off by like the goofy lines or the writing in general. Like it has a lot of fun with itself, which is, I think, is great, basically.
Yeah, it's just funny when they're like doing the strat, and he's just like, "You go to 5 o'clock, you go to 10 o'clock, you use this attack," and you're just like, "This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous."
Yeah, it's got a lot. It's really over the top. It's like Kuroko, basically, where it's like
it's an over the top sports anime, but it's
like Kuroko, where these guys are being serious, but like the whole thing is like kind of ridiculous. But that's kind of the part of the allure of it, right?
Yeah, no, that's true,
and that's one of the reasons why I'm so eager to recommend this series to people. Is it's like, you know, it's hard. You can't really take this kind of series seriously, so it's going to be fun no matter what. Like, even if you don't really like some aspects of the series, it's pretty hard to like seriously criticize it because of what it is. Like, the only person I know that straight up dislikes this series dislikes it because he's Chinese and he hates the voice acting. That's like the only only complaint I've actually heard from somebody about this series.
It is kind of hard to listen to, though. Like, I don't think the voice acting probably isn't that great.
Yeah, I actually like the girls a lot. It's the like some of the side male roles. I hear some criticism about how they are like, you know, pretty generic, trashy. But you know, I think it's okay to me.
Whatever.
And yeah, also, again, hate to compare to, but one of the great things about this series compared to some other certain series about video games is the characters are all actually awesome. Like, that's one of the big things is like all the side girls and guys are like fucking hype. Like the Asuna is hype
for one reason or other.
There's no SEO equivalent, but the other girl who is like trying to get good basically under the main character's tutelage, she's fucking sick.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. The goofy other like main dude sidekick who's plays like this kind of brawler character.
Brawler with a brick.
Yeah, Steam Bun. Yeah, my nigga Steam Bun, dude. He's fucking godlike. All the other pro players like
watch the show, Arm. Watch the show.
I'll try it.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's great.
Is there anything else to talk about?
I don't really think so.
Shingeki, Sakura Quests, the Sakura Quests, Koshik Records is pretty whack.
I dropped that
we all
series.
Knew that was going to happen. Little Witch Academia is Little Witch Academia.
Oh yeah, that series is still going. I keep forgetting. Is that going anywhere?
Little Witch Academia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they've kind of gotten to the main plot point, which is her doing like finding these forgotten words, activating these forgotten words to do something. I guess I don't really know exactly what it's supposed to do, but that's what it is.
I see.
I don't know. But yeah, they did get to like the main plot now.
Okay, there is a plot. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm just looking at the Q&A too.
Okay.
So someone was asking about Anime Expo, but I think I'm the only one going. Someone asked, did I talk about Clannad After Story yet? I don't think I did.
Don't think you did. I think we talked about it briefly.
Yeah, I guess. Did you guys watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
A long time ago.
So I
watched
guess
it, yeah.
I won't spend too much time. I guess I'll just say that overall it was. So I'll start by giving it my score. I gave it a 10 out of 10 easily.
Really? Oh, wow.
10 out of 10.
Clannad is, yeah, spoilers, I guess, for Clannad After Story, a 10-plus-year-old anime by now, probably.
It's
but-
fucking great.
Yeah. So I guess recently I kind of have been revamping my scoring system because I actually feel like there's a lot of series that I think are objectively really good, but I wouldn't rate 10 out of 10. And there are series that are imperfect, but I feel are similar to being 10 out of 10. So like the way I score now is like more reflective of my personal taste, which I think is the point of the score anyways.
I agree, actually, for sure.
Yeah. So my basic new scoring system is like 8 and beyonds are all 10 out of 10s to me, and then like 8 is just like 10 out of 10 but nothing special. 9 is like, 10 out of 10 to me, but like maybe not to everybody and maybe like has some flaws. And a 10 out of 10 to me is like perfect and particularly important to me. So it basically fulfills both categories of objective and subjectively being really good. And that's, I think, in a nutshell, me for Clannad. The themes that it carries and the overall story is like the fucking saddest shit ever.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
really sad.
It's so sad, and it's definitely like hits all my fucking vulnerable points. I really like a lot of the themes that it covers in After Story. Basically, like Clannad, the first one is not that important to talk about, but the big TLDR for me is that part of what I complained about in the season 1 actually came back to become probably the best thing about After Story, which is the dad, in my opinion. It's not actually the kid. For me, it's the dad, because they set you up for 20 plus episodes, like literally 40 episodes of you not really like understanding why the dad is a big part of this series and feeling like the main character's treatment of the dad just feels like added on, because it doesn't really connect very much to any other part of the story until the end. And in the end, like, it just hits you so hard, or at least for me, like it hit me so hard because like when they talk about basically how his relationship matters within all this other stuff, like they make you remember like everything else from the series, and it's like the whole series is like getting compressed and like smashing down to this one point where you realize how important like everything leading up to this moment was. And that, in my opinion, is like a masterpiece of writing for anime as far as anime goes. Like the easiest way to exemplify this is like I rewatched it, right? Like right after I was done, like the next day or whatever, I rewatched like a bunch of the scenes. And like, yeah, I'll rewatch the scene where like, like he sees his daughter in like the grassy field and they're crying, and yeah, it's like really sad, and I'll like feel sad about that. Like, obviously, right? Like, you can't rewatch that part and not be sad. It's super fucking sad. But if you try and rewatch the part with the dad again, I did not actually feel that sad just watching only that part. And it's because what is meaningful about that part is the whole journey. Like, the whole thing. You have to watch the whole thing, really, to get as big of an impact at that point. You can't just go back to that one, like, fucking 2-minute scene and expect to feel the same way when you first watched it. It's that emotional investment that, in my opinion, is like fucking amazing. So, it's the kind of series that I would give a standing ovation to over like how good so many of the themes are in this series. And
who recommended it to you?
I know it's good. I've known it's good for a while.
You've just never gotten around to watching it?
Yeah, like basically, like I mean, I watched Clannad, the first one. I watched it when I was in college when it aired live, but I didn't really like it that much, and like it was kind of slice of lifey, and I didn't really have the patience for it, and honestly, the first season is not that amazing, so I just was like, yeah, and this was coming off of watching like. I watched Kanon a bit, and I also couldn't finish that.
Yeah.
And This was
I
right
didn't
when
like
other Moe
Canon.
Blob shit was blowing up too, and I hated all of that shit. So I was like, oh, this is just some other fucking Moe Blob harem shit. I'm fucking done.
Would you have appreciated it the same had you kept watching it back in the day?
I don't know. This actually is similar to the topic I was actually thinking about when we were talking earlier about spoilers and Nier. Is I actually I watched Clannad like recently, right? When I recently watched Clannad and After Story, I already knew the basic spoilers of Clannad. Like I knew Nagisa was dead, and I knew that there was a daughter. Like that's all I knew, but I knew those pieces, which are pretty fucking important.
Yeah.
And
they're pretty important.
The interesting thing to me was I actually felt like not only did I feel fine while being spoiled, but I actually felt that in a lot of ways it might have actually enhanced my experience. This is obviously also after reading like a recent article about spoilers and how they can often at times actually enhance the appreciation of a series. But I actually felt like I was able to enjoy a lot of the beginning of After Story / end of Clannad due to like the foreshadowing that I already knew to be able to appreciate it, like with like Nagisa's death like incoming. Whereas like when you watch it, you're like, there's like no way she's gonna fucking die, that's bullshit kind of thing. Because actually like in particular, and maybe part of it is writing too. I think that like if you know the spoiler, but the writing doesn't make it like clear or enigmatic or unintentionally, then it can help alleviate that. And I felt this way in particular with the end episode where when he takes his daughter and goes out into the snow, and she dies there, right? Which is fucked up. But canonically, he dies there too. He is actually supposed to be dead there. And I didn't know that when I watched it. And I don't think that it's reasonable to believe that that's obvious because you just see him fall in the snow.
It's not obvious.
But canonically, he is supposed to die because that's how the actual science of the magic works is because the illusionary world is supposed to be heaven, basically. And so the only reason why he's able to connect to this like afterlife, it's basically like it's an afterlife, but it's like in a parallel universe, so that's why it's allowed to like exist before they die, because it like exists at all times at the same time. But like the reason why he's even there basically is because he died in that last scene. If he didn't die there, the miracle basically wouldn't have actually happened the same way. But that's just an example of like not actually knowing how it's supposed to happen is confusing. And I will admit I was confused as fuck when I finished that ending. And I know that it's a pretty heated topic. I still will say, like, all in all, if I was to objectively criticize it, I feel that the ending was not done as well as it could have been. But I do understand that, like, that's how the ending of the visual novel goes, and there is not really much you can do about it. Yeah. But I would just say I just feel like it should have been foreshadowed in a more obvious way. And I actually am one of those people that hates people defending that kind of stuff by saying, well, what's the point of, it's good that it's challenging you. I actually hate that. Like, that's the biggest option select, in my opinion.
Foreshadowing.
I just let him rock. I mean, I didn't particularly like it either, but I just let him rock.
Like, so basically, it's true that you can analyze only the anime without knowing the game and come to the same conclusions that the game gives you. But like, it's in my opinion, it's quite hard because you really would have had to be paying attention to a lot of this stuff to really fully piece like everything together. Especially because of like the way they handle the explanation of the orbs of light. Basically, like, they show up even in the beginning, but they don't actually tell you the meaning of it like until one random ass scene in one of the random like side arcs of After Story. They tell you how the orbs work. So it's just like, I just think a lot of that stuff should have really been more closely weaved into the plot, like, or into like the dialogue. I mean, I admit it's kind of hard, so I don't think it's like a terrible ending, but I think it is somewhat of a flaw. But luckily, so much amazing stuff for the drama happens before that point that it doesn't really matter because there's so much other amazing stuff. So I actually don't even care that I felt the ending was kind of, it doesn't really matter to me. It's still like a pretty godlike series as far as I'm concerned.
That's good. I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah. So I would recommend watching it if anyone here hasn't watched it but is listening to all this fucking spoilers.
Yeah, he might have already messed up.
What was your favorite show of all time, Brett?
Honey and Clover. It's a series about art students in complicated romantic in complicated relationships and where like no one really gets what they want. That's basically how the story goes. It's about love triangles, basically.
Okay.
It's about love triangles and it's about people trying to find out who they are and like find purpose in their life. That's basically what Honey and Clover is about. I will highly recommend it. It also has the best score. It's, in my opinion, it's maybe tied with Initial D, if that makes you understand where I'm coming from, with how important and how good the soundtrack is with the anime. Like, it's one of the few anime where I'm like, you have to watch anime, you can't read the manga. It's too important. It's kind of like Initial D. That I mean, you can read Initial D, but you're missing out on Eurobeat. Like, but yeah, like,
No, you don't have to go into it.
Yeah. So no, I was just saying. So yeah, Clannad After Story was good. I recommend people to watch it. I think it's really important. It is immediately on my like top 10 list, 10 out of 10s, of which I think there's like only like 10 series total. I give a 10 out of 10. So if that gives anybody any kind of relative understanding of how much I like the series,
must watch.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm just like also a sucker for anything that deals with like family relationships. I think that's like the saddest kind of weak point to hit. Say what?
You said it deals with what?
Family relationships.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they did a really good job of making Ushio like super cute and sad and like little girl.
She was a good character, yeah.
Yeah, they did such a good job of like her voice actor and like the way they draw her. It's just super good, especially for that time. I'm very impressed actually. I feel like a lot of series could have fucked that part up really bad. But they just, they did a very good job with executing her character. I was also actually on a side note impressed about how good all the girls are in like even season 1. Like all the girls are pretty good aside from like Ryo and I guess Nagisa is kind of mediocre, but every other girl is like super good.
I don't know.
I can respect.
I didn't like what's her name?
You didn't like the autistic girl?
No, you talking about Fuko? Fuko was great. I didn't like the one who played the trumpet, or
she's also autistic. She's the violin girl.
Yeah,
that's who I was talking about. But
yeah, okay.
Kotomi, I think her name is. Yeah, I thought she was okay, but yeah, I mean, I respect people who like her. I think she's cute in some ways, but it definitely is a required taste. But yeah. For the record, my favorite girl is Kyo. Easy.
Yeah,
easy.
Kyo is the shit, dude. Kyo is like a super great original tsundere. She's old school tsundere, man. Hell
it's
yeah.
like actually my favorite part from season 1. My favorite scene of all time is the scene of her quote unquote arc where she and her sister are watching them play tennis, and then Nagisa like gets injured, and
when they cry. When they cry, I was like, no.
That scene's so good. That scene is so good. It's so good because like you can see the wheels in Kyo's head turning as she like. First, she like is sad for her sister because she's seeing her sister be sad about how the guy, she's not gonna get the guy, and then like her wheels slowly turning as she like realizes that actually she likes the guy too, and then she's like wrestling with those feelings. That's so good.
Yeah, then she realized they all lost. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, that one scene is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree. I that scene stuck with me like super hard.
Yeah,
That
I'll
one
never
fucked me
forget
up.
that scene. Of any scene in season 1, that is definitely the scene. Like it, especially as far as tsundere goes, like it's a really amazing human portrayal where you can really see like the cogs turning. And that's really rare. That's really rare. Where you can really kind of understand the dots that she's connecting there.
Mhm.
And it's not spelled out to you. I think that's the other great thing, right? It's not like you're reading or listening to an internal monologue, and it's not like you ever really follow the story from her perspective either. I think that's really great.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that super good.
So that I think that's also a great example of like just good anime, because I think it's probably a very different experience if you're reading it, right? Because it would be like them telling you, but like being able to see this, I think, is actually part of what makes it great.
Yeah, because it's not like all at once. They like
Yeah.
they like take turns. Like it's like plays
Mhm.
off each other. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
storytelling.
Well, because it's like it really gives you that sense that they're not from your perspective, that they're like outsiders, but the ability to like be able to observe that internal change is really like really great. Anyways, yeah, so I like Clannad, and you guys should watch
Yeah.
it if you haven't.
Good job.
If you like
I-
crying, it's the
Did we-
toppest of tiers.
Did we
Get
tell
it?
you gotta watch
Tears.
Clannad at some point? I feel like that must have happened.
I don't think we
probably.
did.
Honestly, like everyone said it at some point. Like when people talk about the saddest series, it's all Clannad After
Oh.
Story is always mentioned, right? You can't not mention it.
Mhm.
And like, prior to this, the saddest thing to come close is definitely 5 centimeters per second, and I will definitely say that, in my opinion, this series
Wait,
bodies.
cut out again.
Wait, what?
You definitely cut out.
Yeah,
on
you
the
cut
most
out at the
part
important
that
moment.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said that of other series that are like sad series, the only thing that even comes close is 5 centimeters per second
Oh,
that I had watched, and I definitely, well, aside from Honey Clover, it's different, but I definitely think that this is easily takes the cake as being like the most fucking emotional shit.
It's
Like
definitely up
there's
there.
sad, and then like there's in my case, there's so sad that you cannot control like your facial muscles. That's how fucking sad some of this stuff was. Like,
They definitely come at you with like super haymakers at some point.
yeah,
It's like, oh,
it's unblockable.
Stop.
Yeah, and it
You're
never
like, you have your
stops.
guard
There's
up
like,
and it just smashes you anyway.
yeah, there's like those 3 episodes towards the end of After Story where they just keep hammering at you just nonstop, just every fucking like 10
yeah,
minutes.
make you feel like shit.
Yeah, merciless smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely think this easily immediately takes the number 1 place for being like the saddest shit that I've watched for anime. Although now that Al has made me mention it, I do think that Honey Clover is also still probably pretty sad. But I haven't
I should-
rewatched it in a while, so
Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't think it's on Crunchyroll.
it's really old. But
Yeah, probably not.
I really liked it. I mean,
They got
I was
Shugo
also
Chara though.
say what?
Fuck, are you kidding me? Shugo Chara came up when I typed that in.
Shugoka. Okay, that's I
Let me
forgot
see if
about
it's
that
on,
series. But yeah, Honey Clover is good too. I do feel like part of it was me watching it as a college student, where I was definitely at the same kind of stages of my life as watching these other college students who are also in art school, and also like it was for me, it was like a very 1-to-1 experience. I think like watching it now as a working adult might be pretty different, but there's a lot of different themes at play. So I still think it's good, but I will venture to guess that part of why it's my favorite series of all time probably still has to do with the fact that I watched it at like the best possible time to watch it. But yeah. Anyways, we should probably wrap up because it's already almost 7. Let me see if there's any more questions here. Let's see if any of you guys can actually answer this question. I don't think I can, but do you guys know the name of this manga where there are 2 girls in jail to be executed? One girl gets raped by the guards. The next day, they are to be executed. But two guys come to save them. One is like Jesus. The other is vampire. Vampire can only save one, the unraped girl. Jesus, guy, mad as fuck.
What?
Nope. I can already tell. As soon as you said 2 girls in jail, I already noped it. But wow, okay, that's something.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, but and then the last question: would you ever read the Clannad visual novel? I would like to someday before I die.
The visual novel, yeah. I always wanted to. There was a point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read the visual novel instead of watch the anime, and then I just watched the anime.
I would really have to. Somebody would really have to talk me into doing the VN because I already have a hard enough time like reading a manga.
For me, honestly, Alan, if you were to read a visual novel, you should not do one you've already played or like watched.
Or watched.
Yeah, you should. If you're gonna get into visual novels, there's definitely other stuff that like you're missing out on.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. Especially since Clannad is mad long. Too.
Yeah, it's
long. Mad long, and it's pretty fucking old. Like the art is fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts to the original 2002 canon, by the way, for being like some kind of nightmare fuel. Yeah, I don't know. I'd definitely be down to have like some kind of cast where we just talk about some visual novels, like a little talk, because I also would like to know a lot more. There's still for me like so many other visual novels I want to play. They just don't have.
Well, if we actually get time between seasons, we could maybe have like a VN one where you guys could talk about VNs, and then maybe we could have like a NieR.
Yeah, I can't wait. We definitely are gonna have to set aside a day where we talk about NieR and NieR Automata.
Yeah.
Get
if
experts
we're gonna
in
talk
the
about
cast.
NieR 1, then I gotta play it for it. Me and Alan gotta finish it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta wait for you guys to be done. Because I think we can talk about Automata without talking about NieR. To be fair, honestly, they were designed to be completely independent games, so it's totally fine to talk about it. But there's some nice stuff to like.
Yeah, there's some nice stuff that definitely carries over. Yeah,
I like talking about NieR alongside Automata. At the very least, just like be able to compare the themes, because it's pretty interesting to be like, here's NieR 1 and here's the things they did in this game, and then like look at what they did for Automata. It definitely frames it in an interesting way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know people are telling me to fucking so there's Dies Irae, which is a thing coming out that's already out on Steam. That's my shit. And Muv-Luv is something Luna mentioned that everyone mentions to me. I know Bryce also reps Muv-Luv alternative super hard.
Yeah, I actually started Muv-Luv, but it's that one, like you have to read something. You have to like read like the first one to even like get into the second one.
Yeah.
Or like you have to like read a spoiler of it at least.
Yeah.
And I never got that deep. So
yeah, I really want to read Muv-Luv alternative, but it's just, it just sounds like the biggest fucking chore. So I don't even know what the next visual novel I'm gonna attempt to tackle is. I really wish I had been able to read more visual novels like when I was not employed or anything. Ji Senjo no Mao, that's funny. But I think maybe I would want to play one or two of the Nitro Plus games that I haven't played yet. And Ever 17 is also very highly recommended. And Tsukihime, I really want to play Tsukihime. Tsukihime is really good.
You haven't?
I have not. I have not.
Mad good. I think Tsukihime is better than Fate for sure.
Yeah, like I know everyone talks about how super good Tsukihime is, so like I know it's fucking godlike. I just wish, I don't know. I'm just praying for the fucking like a fucking.
Oh, dude, update. I don't blame you. If I was this deep without having played it, I would definitely wait.
Right. Like
I don't blame you.
Like they've done it with all kinds of other shit, right? So I'm like, come on, like it will happen before I die, so I'll just keep waiting.
It's probably gonna have like super godlike art too, like because there's some scenes that you like know are sick.
Yeah.
But like it's just like they just kind of do the visual novel thing where it's like some splash of blood and they just like show a picture of the guy or something.
Yeah. So I mean, they are doing they're working on the Tsukihime remake, so Or I don't. Is that an anime or is it a visual novel that they're the HD shit? I don't even remember.
Visual novel. They're working on the Tsukihime visual novel remake.
Okay, good. Okay.
But
So I will wait for that and then play it, and I am very excited to do that.
yeah, it should be really good for sure. But
Yeah.
who knows? I haven't heard anything about it in a while, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they have a pretty terrible track record. Type Moon does for release dates. I mean, I remember being in Japan on a vacation, seeing an ad on a billboard for Mahou Sky no Yoru, the Aoko one,
Hmm.
and seeing it being like coming out, whatever, like really soon, like this fall or some shit, and then like coming back to America, like going back to Japan for another vacation 2 years later, and seeing another fucking billboard and being like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Like
I
that
actually
game
wanna
got
read that
fucking
one, too.
mad delayed.
I want to read. I heard that one's super good. Sky.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Yeah.
It is out now though. Like people can play it, so
Yeah. It's just the visual novel life is a whole nother world, man. It takes mad time.
yeah.
They're good though.
All right, well, we talked about a lot of stuff today, so we should probably call it here before we get too deep in. Oh, it's not English Translate. Okay, well, yeah, let's call it here since it's been like over 2 hours. We'll put you guys out of the misery, but thanks for watching today, guys. Feel free to ask us questions on our Ask.fm for next week, and we'll get to those. And yeah, I guess we're gonna try and plan for some cool like special weeks, which I think are more fun to do anyways. So we'll definitely do one on Nier at some point. And if you have other suggestions, I guess, about